If you're looking for cheap, instant, and reliable Madden Ultimate Team coins, make sure to check out buymutcoins.com and use the discount code RBT for 10% off your purchase. Yo, what is going on, everybody? This is Samuel Brown, aka RBT, coming at you with another Madden 17 experiment today. And today, guys, we're going to be doing what if every NFL team released their starting quarterback. I think this is going to be pretty freaking awesome. Somebody tweeted at me in the past day or so and told me they did something like this, and I was like, that'd make a great video idea. And even on the last video I uploaded, which was actually last night at the time you're watching this, somebody recommended it in the comment section below, and I was like, God dang, that's a really good idea. So that's what we are going to be doing today. So if you're one of those guys that suggested it to me, or if you're the guy that tweeted it at me, shout out to you, because you're a freaking genius, because I think it's going to be pretty freaking awesome. So as you see here, every starting quarterback in the NFL has been released. We are in week 1 of the preseason right now. So what we're going to be doing is simming to week 2 in the preseason and see where every one of these quarterbacks end up in terms of where they get signed. And then after that, we're going to sim the whole entire season and see how every team does with the quarterback that's signed out of free agency. And I think it's going to be pretty freaking awesome. If you guys do enjoy this video, let me know by dropping a like. If you have any other suggestions like this, let me know in the comment section below, and I will 100% do them if I see some pretty freaking fire ideas. Be sure to subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Let's go ahead and sim to week 2 and see who gets signed where. So guys, I simmed to week 2, and it's time to see where every quarterback ended up. I am using the Tennessee Titans in this simulation, and it looks like we signed Eli Manning to be our starting quarterback. So we're just going to go through every team and see who signed where. So the Vikings didn't sign a quarterback. That's crazy, dude. They have Sean Hill as their starter, and they didn't sign anybody, because some of these teams don't have a lot of cap room, so maybe that's why. But they have Teddy Bridgewater, who's injured for the season, so I'm still surprised they didn't try to sign somebody. But wow, let's move on to the Bears. And the same thing with the Bears, dude. They don't sign anybody either, and this is like a glitch with the Bears. In franchise mode, they never have a starting quarterback because they already have 3 quarterbacks on the roster, and they're all on injury reserve. So they don't actually release them. So they don't pick up another quarterback since they already have 3, but since they're on injury reserve, they end up having their kicker as a starting quarterback. So this has been a bad start, but I'm sure the rest of the teams are actually going to have a quarterback signed. So the Bengals have Derek Carr as their starting quarterback, so that's crazy, dude. The Bills signed Drew Brees as their starting quarterback. The Broncos have Carson Palmer. The Browns signed Russell Wilson, so that's pretty freaking crazy. The Bucks have Tom Brady, so Tom Brady go to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Dude, Big Ben is an Arizona Cardinal. The Chargers have Aaron Rodgers, dude. That's crazy. The Chiefs didn't sign anybody either because they already had 3 quarterbacks, so the Chiefs are going to have to deal with Nick Foles. I want to see if any quarterbacks actually ended up with their actual team. The Colts have Jameis Winston. The Cowboys have Cam Newton. I released both Tony Romo and Dak Prescott, so we're going to have to see where they end up. The Dolphins have Matt Moore. They're another team that didn't pick up a quarterback. And I also want to go see the free agents that didn't get signed to see what quarterbacks nobody wanted to pick up even though they were a free agent. The Eagles got Andrew Luck. The Falcons got Dak Prescott, so they got a good one. The 49ers didn't sign anybody either because they still have Blaine Gabbert, so 49ers have to stick with Blaine Gabbert. The Giants got Tyrod Taylor, so that's pretty cool. The Jags got Andy Dalton. The Jets they didn't sign anybody. They still have Bryce Petty as their starting quarterback, so they have somebody they could sign in free agency, but they stick with Bryce Petty. The Lions have Joe Flacco. The Packers got Marcus Mariota, my boy, replaces Aaron Rodgers, so we have to see how he's going to do in Green Bay. The Panthers didn't sign anybody either. They still have Derek Anderson and Joe Webb. The Patriots got Kirk Cousins, Matthew Stafford in Oakland. The Rams got Trevor Siemian, so they give them a young quarterback. The Ravens got Matty Ice. The Redskins got Tony Romo. That's crazy, dude. The Redskins and Cowboys, man, with that rivalry. And Tony Romo goes to the Redskins, so dang. Phillip Rivers replaces Drew Brees in New Orleans. The Seahawks got Sam Bradford, so they replaced Russell Wilson with Sam Bradford. The Steelers have Blake Bortles, dude. Blake Bortles to replace Big Ben. They're like the same size, so I guess they're kind of like the same quarterback in that sense, but that's about it. The Texans got Ron Tannehill, and we're back to the start with Eli Manning and the Titans. So now, guys, like I said, I want to go into free agency and see if there's any quarterbacks. There has to be a couple that didn't get signed, so I want to see who got left over. Alex Smith didn't get signed by anybody, so the Steelers picked freaking Blake Bortles over Alex Smith. That's crazy. And there's a couple of rookies still here that didn't get signed, dude. Carson Wentz, Jared Goff, Cody Kessler, Kaepernick still available, Robert Griffin, Ryan Fitzpatrick, Matt Barkley, Brock Osweiler, and I think that's the rest of the starting quarterbacks in the NFL that did not get picked up. But the fact that 2 pretty good rookies, or 3 pretty good rookies, and Carson Wentz and Jared Goff and Cody Kessler didn't get picked up, when freaking Blake Bortles gets picked up, is pretty crazy, dude. So now what we're going to do is sim to the end of the season, and after you guys saw what quarterback started with which teams, I want you guys to let me know in the comment section below which team you think is going to win the Super Bowl in this simulation with the quarterbacks that are each and every team. I don't know, dude. I'm going to like go out on a limb and say the Raiders have a good season with Matthew Stafford as their starting quarterback. Well, let me know your prediction in the comment section below. So my Tennessee Titans with Eli Manning as the starting quarterback actually make the playoffs in the wild card round. Let's see if they actually won the AFC South, and it looks like they did. The Jags and Colts both went 8-8, and the Texans went 6-10. So let's go into the standings and see which teams won each and every division. Let's start with the AFC North. The Browns actually win the division at 7-9. They had Russell Wilson as the starting quarterback, and the rest of the teams did pretty freaking awful, dude. So we're gonna have to see how far the Browns make it as a 7-9 team in the playoffs. The AFC South, as you just saw, the Titans win. The AFC East, the Bills, dude, went 12-4. The Jets went 11-4, and the Dolphins went 10-6. So every team in the AFC East did pretty freaking good, and the Patriots get left out, dude, at 10-6. That's insane, dude. With Kirk Cousins, they go 10-6 and still get left out of the playoffs. The AFC West, like I said, the Raiders go at 9-7. They were my prediction to win the Super Bowl in the simulation, and they did win the AFC West. We're going to have to see how they do. The Broncos went 6-10. The Vikings won the NFC North at 10-6. The Packers had an awful season with my boy Mariota as the starting quarterback, so they go 4-12 with Mariota instead of Aaron Rodgers. On the NFC South, the Panthers go 11-5. The Bucks with Tom Brady only go 8-8, and the Saints go 6-10, dude. And wait, that's kind of crazy too, dude, because the Panthers didn't sign a quarterback. They had Derek Anderson as their starting quarterback, so I have no idea how that happened unless they signed another quarterback that was a free agent later on in the season, like an Alex Smith or somebody. But I don't think they could go 11-5 with Derek Anderson, but we're gonna have to see. Now in the NFC East, the Cowboys win at 12-4. Looks like the NFC East was the dominant division in this video. The Cowboys go 12-4, the Redskins go 12-4, and the Giants go 11-5, with the Eagles going 6-10. Now in the NFC West, the last division, the Seahawks win at 10-6. Cardinals go 3-13. The 49ers go 2-13-1. So now, guys, let's jump into some stats and see how the quarterbacks did. And Blake Bortles proving me wrong, dude. I was sitting there ragging on the Steelers for picking up Blake Bortles, and he led the NFL in passing yards. So I was wrong. Almost 4,900 yards, 40 touchdowns, and 20 interceptions. Matt Ryan with the Ravens had a good season as well. Tony Romo, dude, good season with the Redskins, 35 touchdowns, 9 interceptions. Cam Newton with the Cowboys, 40 TDs, 11 interceptions. Mariota had a good season too with the Packers, so I wonder why they did that. Maybe a bad defense. Aaron Rodgers threw 21 picks, dude. Phillip Rivers also threw 14 picks, but had a pretty good season with the Saints. Andy Dalton, a decent season. Derek Carr, pretty good season. Kirk Cousins threw 16 picks with the Patriots, so maybe that's why they didn't, in fact, to be the Washington Redskins with Tony Romo over the New York Jets, who I think picked up Alex Smith, and they barely won, dude. The Redskins won 35-31. So if you want to see how the whole entire playoffs went, we'll go to the wild card round. My Titans got knocked out by the Dolphins. The Giants beat the Seahawks. The Jets beat the Browns barely, dude. 34-31. The Redskins barely beat Sean Hill and the Vikings 45-42. So the Super Bowl champions barely beat freaking Sean Hill, dude. Divisional round, looks like the Redskins beat the Panthers. Jets beat the Raiders. And there are the other games. Dallas beat the Giants. Now to the conference championship game. Jets beat the Bills 28-14. The Redskins beat the Cowboys pretty handily 41-24. And that's pretty impressive, you know, considering the Cowboys had Cam and freaking Ezekiel Elliott. And now the Super Bowl, as you saw, Redskins win 35-31. So that's going to do it, guys, for the video. Hopefully you did enjoy. I think it was pretty freaking interesting. But if you guys did enjoy, make sure to drop a like. And like I said at the beginning, if you have any other ideas like this, let me know in the comment section below. Be sure to subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. I will catch you guys next time. Have a great rest of your day. Peace.